You're listening to Destiny Down Under, a Star Wars Destiny competitive podcast, brought to you by Blake, Clint, Jacob, and guests from Australia and around the world. Okay guys, we're back with another episode of Destiny Down Under, Fast and Loose podcasting. This episode's called Deja Vu. Blake, tell us why it's called Deja Vu.
There's this new card out. It's real sick.
Yeah, that's my favourite card.
Yeah, best card.
Yep, best card.
Yeah,
it might also have something to do with the fact that Blake won Nats back-to-back.
Oh, what?
I did it again. What?
Whoops, did it again.
Whoops, did that one again.
I did it again. First of all, hello everyone. Thanks for listening to us again. It's been a while.
Come on, we're not here to talk about the weather. Let's just get into it.
Let's just get into it. All right, let's
Fast and loose.
All right.
Yeah, fast and loose.
Are we not being nice about it?
Anyway,
I think
we need to be. I think we need to be relatively diplomatic about it.
I did it again. I got lucky again. Maybe it's not luck. I don't know. Won Nats. Played the best deck. Tested with the best people, and played as many test games as I could, and it paid off. That's it. Simple. If you want to do it next year, just work harder than me. That's it.
Just play. What did you play, Blake?
I played Snowgar for Battle Droid.
Yeah, well, that was a stupid question, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the best deck. So I tried a lot to beat it leading up to Nats. A lot. Couldn't get there. You could get there, but their nut draw is just like a free win against almost every deck. Mm-hmm. If you start Tech Team Droid, that's probably game over. Mm-hmm. It was the best deck in the format. I decided pretty late to jump on it. Did some testing and some tuning. We switched our plan. We were originally really tech for the mirror. Then we realised that nobody is playing it, so we tech for Blue Hero, which was the good call.
Yeah.
I didn't face a single Blue Hero deck. But I was prepared for everything. I played a ton of every deck. Really, I don't want to go too much into it. It is just about hard work, and I put in more work, more test games than anyone I know. And that really is the only key to success, is to just work harder than everyone else.
Yeah, I know that you guys spent so much time working as a group and then individually, and that really paid off. You could see it in the games, just how much ahead of just in a big tournament, everyone gets nerves and the reps really count. And you could just see that you knew exactly what you were doing. Even when you were on 1 HP left, you were still just so methodical about your plays and would always find that way to get the win.
Yeah, it felt good. I felt like Nats was harder this year than the year before. The year before we just got to play FM, so whatever. I was busted. This year it was everyone that was there, even though it was small, everyone that was there was really good this year. All of my games were real close.
It didn't super feel like there was a busted deck. It was just really, really good decks.
Yeah. Every deck had a really, that was good. These 3-wide Hero Blues, there was some Thrawn Snoke, even the Kylo, and then obviously Afra. Every deck has a really high skill cap. So, the more you know and the more, practiced you are, you're going to get more out of your deck. And that's exactly what happens. You just... And then that was for all of us. There was 3 of us on that exact 30. So me, Des, and you, Jacob.
Yep.
We were on the exact 30 cards. Des made the top 8. I got there. So me and Des were both 5 and 1. Jacob, you went 4 and 2.
That's correct.
So we had a massive success rate with that 30 cards. It's probably all down to that Kylo Starfighter.
It was great tech. I think it was pretty interesting the way that the meta was shaping up towards our nationals, where Blue Hero was kind of rising against Afra. So a lot of people were thinking about that, and that made a lot of people then bring Kylo to counter the Blue Hero.
Yeah.
But then the Yoda Hondos kind of made a bit of a showing out of nowhere.
Those guys were... They were actually scary. So the Luke Barter... congrats to him for making top 4. That's the guy that I didn't want to sit across going into the top 4, because he was on fire. That he put in a lot of work because he was just playing so tight, and their deck was in such a good position. And it paid off for them as well. It really did. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I didn't write a tournament report because, it's dead matter. It's just kind of like not interesting. I will, however, sometime this week, I might update Afra and run some games, and I will record it. So look out for that. It will be out by the end of the weekend. All right. And then just a couple of thanks to, obviously, all the Perth crew, you guys, the Destiny Down Under crew, and the guys from the Hyperloops who I got to test with. Moving on, let's talk about new stuff, right? Who cares about Nats?
Yeah. Well, do we think that Snoke Afra Battle Droid can still hang in this meta?
Yes.
Yep.
Jacob?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. It's just that powerful and that efficient.
Yeah. Until the meta shakes out, I think it's going to be real good right now as well. Because everyone's gone back to 2-wide decks. They've just forgotten about it. Until the meta shakes out, until, these good vehicle decks... we have this problem, right, with this combo stuff happening, which who cares about? Hopefully it gets nerfed. But, everyone's playing these 2-character decks. That's real bad if someone is actually playing Snoke Afra Battle Droid. Because that's what they prey on.
Yep. And, everyone was putting in force waves and whatever they could to combat against indirect and give themselves a boost, but they're not going to be doing that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now, I think it will be very, very good.
All right. Well, let's move on to Across the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yes.
New stuff.
New stuff.
Finally, just quickly, because we were the last ones left, right? So everyone's just talking about Across the Galaxy for a month before Nats, and we're just like, nah, man, can't even look at it.
Yeah,
just have to test this old meta.
Yeah, it's true.
So we are pretty behind, I guess. I think I'm slowly catching up now. But yeah, so it's nice to actually be able to delve into it.
Yeah, the last few nights have been very late nights, just staring at the computer, the database, thinking of all the possibilities.
Yeah.
So what's everyone's initial thoughts of the set? I know when all the spoilers were coming out, I wasn't super hyped for it, I have to admit. There wasn't anything that was really stand out to me that I thought, this is super, super good. But now that I've actually got the set in my hands and I can play it, and I've been playing games on TTS, and we had our local tonight and played some games tonight, it's really, really good. It's a really nice finisher to the block.
Yeah.
But it's also incredibly broken.
Yeah, it's real busted right now. But I think we can expect that that's going to get changed. Right? Surely they don't just go, no, we intended that. Look, there's some rumors that they did, but...
No one played any busted stuff tonight.
Yeah, because you'd be a douche.
Yeah, well, exactly. But that's because we'd been talking about it on our local community chat and just going, yeah, don't bring it, because if you do, you'll get the dunce's hat, the douchebag card. Basically.
Yeah, we pretty much just blackmailed everyone into not playing it.
Yeah. But I guess it's to be expected. We've got 6 sets worth of cards.
Yeah.
It just really shows how broken the Awakenings block is with this set.
Yeah, I guess it's just a few interactions, isn't it, at the moment?
It always happens. When you look at other games in their older formats, their Eternal formats, there's broken things happening in there. There's combo decks and there's stuff happening because there's just so many cards. These playtesters, as much as I'd like them to do a little bit more, you can't expect them to test every single interaction from every card before releasing a set. Because that would take... By the time they're finished, we'd be 2 years down the track. There's just not enough time to do that. Especially when there's a core group of them plus some other playtesters. But then you look at the Discords, the people that are breaking it and coming up with this stuff, there's a whole hive mind, and so it does happen. So we have to expect it to happen. What we should be able to expect as a minimum standard from FFG, though, is to rectify it quickly.
Yeah, that's what I'm most interested about, is how quickly they action this. How quick do they get out the rules update and kind of make clarifications on particularly strangely worded cards.
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, Qui-Gon Jinn's lightsaber, Luke's protection, and Qui-Gon Jinn 1 is infinite damage. Then there's the one-turn kill Shadowcaster decks or mill decks. You can play long cons and renewed purposes and fond memories. Draw your whole deck, make a ton of money, and kill them on turn 1. So that stuff is busted, and FFG will be fixing it, I'm sure. But just don't take it, right? Don't play it at your local game night. We had the Java open, nobody played it. If it's regionals or above, and they haven't changed it, I reckon fair game.
Is that your stance?
Yep, I'll be playing. If they haven't changed it by our regionals, I'll be playing Qui-Gon Jinn. For anyone listening in Perth, get wrecked.
I don't know. I think that's easy enough to disrupt, to be honest.
I've been thinking about it as well, and I actually think it's probably easy enough to disrupt as well. You might have to get sort of like a nut draw or mull for certain cards, but I think, like Jin Cassian could disrupt that pretty easy.
Yeah, maybe. Here's the thing, though, the thing that I like about that particular deck, why I'd play that instead of the Shadowcaster combo decks, is because it's almost a good enough deck anyway.
Are you pairing with Yoda?
With Yoda, so like Qui-Gon 1 and Yoda, like that's a good deck. You know, it's like tier 1.5 or whatever, like it's still strong. Yeah. Then the fact that you just have this combo kill, so like sure they can be trying to watch out for your combo the whole game. You're just going to play a normal game and kill them.
If everyone spends 20% of their deck to counter this one particular combo, then their deck's not going to run as efficiently as yours will be. Yeah,
you can just play a normal game and get there. So that's really cool. I think, but it will be changed. So anyway, moving on. Let's talk about like the post-nerf, expected nerf meta. And again, across the galaxy.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So we'd be expecting that the language is fixed up on the Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber, which I don't know. It's open to debate. Like cards as written versus cards as intended. Like anyway, that's another conversation. And someone suggested this evening at our locals that to fix the one-turn combo decks, just limit a card to be played only twice in one round, which I think is probably a pretty reasonable fix. That would...
Does that stuff anything else? It doesn't really, does it?
I don't think so, not really. It shouldn't really mess up any sort of like Rebel plays or anything like that. It's just like when you can play long con 5 times in one round, it's a bit stupid.
Yeah, like they either change something to do with long con, because then that just changes the whole deck. That's what it's based on. Yeah. Or that suggestion isn't actually too bad.
It's not bad at all, actually.
I think twice in one round is entirely plausible because it doesn't really affect gameplay in 99% of other decks.
Yeah, I actually like that. Like a proper fix.
There might be a niche like other scenario where it affects, but I think it'd be very, very rare.
Yeah, it affects my Towers and Kira deck.
What about TIE Fighters?
What about TIE Fighters?
Yeah, Rex TIE Fighters.
What about Finn 1 and Rex TIE Fighters and X-Wings?
Wait, is that a thing?
It could be a thing.
You haven't built that yet?
What does Finn 1 do?
First deck.
Finn 1 allows you to bring in villain upgrades and supports.
Yeah, right.
Red villain
That's pretty
upgrades
sick,
and supports.
Red, right? Okay. So I did a cull the other day. Like I went through.
Did you
all
burn
of my
your
stuff.
fins?
Here's the thing. I culled Finn last time. I didn't even have it in my collection anymore. Like I have a box in my shed full of crap, where I just like get sick of looking through random stuff to get to the cards I want. I don't even know what Finn 1 looks like anymore.
He's got the same sides as Luke 2, basically.
Right.
Like exactly the same sides, but Luke 2 is 2 points cheaper and has 1 more health.
And a power action.
Right. But he can't bring in TIE Fighters.
And he's not even great. Great. Alright, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
So moving on to some real decks.
Yeah. I'm going to build that and bring that one night, though. I think that could be quite fun.
You would. I'll send you a promo. I think I culled my promo even.
We're talking about new TIE Fighters, not old TIE Fighters.
No, the Finn.
Oh, the Finn. I've still got the promo.
That was nice art. Anyway,
it was a good promo.
Yeah.
Okay,
right,
now
boys.
we're getting sidetracked.
All right.
Well off.
Okay, so Blake, deck from across the galaxy.
Super secret. So decks. I have been working on. I did work on Kira Towson really early, and that was quite spicy. You get to have double down. So then you get to have 3 Witch Magics plus Rebels because they both have a discard side. So that's kind of sick. But then I got wrecked by that stupid Shadowcaster deck, so I thought it was trash. I just had, we had the Jawa Open on the weekend. I played OG Han, so that was a fun weekend, right? Like, and it was not competitive at all. Just for the record, I did not bounce back well after Nats, and I went 1-4. I played OG Han and Biggs because I really like that Han. And it was, the Falcon, the hit and run. There's that new card, drop in, where as long as you're fighting on your battlefield, it's like hit and run.
Yeah. It's pretty hot, that card.
So I played that. Round 1, I crushed a buddy of mine. My deck just did everything that I thought it would do. And then every other game after that, people just realised that Biggs is real small.
He is. That deck's only 19 health, but I guess you're getting shields.
Well, you can be shooting up with Han, so it's really hard to go for Han, but then so they just smash Biggs, and you're like that's your game plan is Biggs, Falcon, go, So it didn't really work. And then, we were drinking beers, and I was just having fun. They got to a point where I was re-rolling with my second chances and mitigation just to try and max damage. I was just having a laugh. But I think that kind of style of deck, like that Biggs Falcon 2 interaction, is good. I think it needs to be in a 3-wide deck, and I'll be working on that moving forward.
Okay, so can you do Biggs just 1 die if you really want to slim down?
Yeah, if you can get enough damage out of your other dice. Because he does have 3 damage sides. One's an indirect, but he's got a base 2 and a mod 2, so that's actually pretty good for his cost.
That is good.
So as long as you can...
9 for 9 as well.
Yeah, that's his reason. I actually like Biggs, but having that as your main game plan is not good enough because he is 9 points. So if you can get a 3-wide deck, I think there should be a 5 dice 3-wide deck with some decent damage sides and that Falcon combo. I think that could be something cool, and I'll be working on that.
So can you do partnership and then pretty much activate your whole team and do whatever you want?
Yeah, partnership hit and run. Drop-in's awkward because you have to be fighting on your battlefield, so you never get to take shields at the start of the game, even when you win the roll-off. But yeah, so that's what I am looking forward to that. So Kira Towers, and I'll get back to that with the 3 Witch Magics, 2 Rebels, 3 Hyperspace Jumps. That seems pretty
But going back to that comment that you just made, there's a lot of emphasis on actually taking your own battlefield in this set as well. There is actually an advantage to picking your battlefield at the start of the game if you win the initiative as well.
Yeah, there is. But what happens in when a new format comes out, or a new set comes out, we all forget about the fundamental rules that we've learnt as players. So you start just looking at stuff. You go, oh, that could be cool. That could. Why? I mean, I do it. You go, oh, that's cool. That looks really cool. But then after a few games, you're oh, it doesn't work. But it's stuff that we already know. But it's new set excitement, new set hype. If you can take shields, you want to take shields at the start of the game every time, unless it's really bad for you, like Throne Room or Weapons Factory in certain matchups. So I think you don't want to build your deck around it because of new card hype. I think
see,
you know what I'm saying, kind of.
I agree, but after playing my deck tonight, I'm kind of on the fence about it. So I was playing Qui-Gon 2 Beerus tonight.
Yeah.
And
who would love shields at the start?
Yep.
Maybe. So what I learnt was, because I was playing on Theed as well, so gain a resource, power action. So if I got an awkward hand where I had a 3-drop in my open hand and no 2-drop, I wanted to take the battlefield so I could drop that 3-drop.
Yeah.
As well. So I found that having that battlefield as an option, and depending on what I got in my opening hand, the flexibility was quite good.
Yeah, I think that battlefield is going to see a lot of play.
I mean, having that option is good, right? But building your deck towards it is another thing. Based on your mulligan and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? So is that where you're at, Clint? I've been working on Kira Towson, and I've been working on Biggs Falcon 2 interactions. You're on Qui-Gon?
I am on Qui-Gon.
Obviously.
Yeah, of course. He's a blue hero.
So I went 2-1 tonight. My first and my third game, I was rolling out... I was able to like one-shot characters round 2 with about 13 or 14 damage.
So what was your technique for that? Was that just big upgrades, or were you playing events?
That is just off 2 shields off Qui-Gon, concentrate, and flip Qui-Gon's 2 dice to 2 melee each, and then flip Beerus's 2 dice to the +2s. So that's 8, plus another 2 hit points for the 2 shields. So that's just 10 off 2 resources.
Are you playing swiftness and like force speeds
so
as well?
You either do that off force speed or you do that off swiftness, and you are punching someone in the face.
That's pretty good. And with a ambush heightened awareness as well, just in case you don't have the shields.
Just in case, yeah. And then obviously
huge.
you've got an upgrade or 2. I was finding I'm still sort of working out when is the right time to play an upgrade and when is the right time just to like hit hard with the concentrate, because I was just trying to work out whether I want to advance my board state or just punch someone in the face.
I think usually it's always advance unless you're going to kill a character.
Yeah, exactly. And depending on what they potentially have in their hands. So the game that I lost tonight was versus a Yoda Hondo double dealing with 3 second chances, 3 hyperspace jumps. And man, that thing was just punched me in the face.
That sounds stupid.
That sounds horrible.
It was so bad.
Yeah, I think Dave yelled out at one point, he's got 3 second chances on. He literally did. He just had all 3 second chances played.
Man, that deck made money and it just punched you in the face. So that kind of screwed up my game plan a little bit, because obviously I need money to run my concentrates. I need my money to play an upgrade, but all my money was just going into mitigation. And then, you know how I roll. I was rolling hot trash as I normally do. You just couldn't get any damage in. The only good thing is that Qui-Gon and his saber reliably roll shields.
Yes, that's good, right?
Yeah.
It just tank
So
up a
I
bit.
think it's going to be a very it's going to be a deck that's very much like Obi Mars, where you just tank until you can combo out.
Because of Beerus, right? So if your opening hand is 4 speed, Ancient Saber, Concentrate, would you play the Ancient Saber on Qui-Gon before you roll him in? Like if you put the 4 speed on Beerus? Or would you just try and go for a kill on turn 1? You'd go for a kill, right?
So
Could you kill with 8?
No,
Well, it
10.
depends on the-
It's 10. Like, say if you get
If you got the shields.
Yeah, if you take the shields, right?
And I did do that round 1.
You can just do 10. Like I would roll Qui-Gon, right? I'd be tempted to roll Qui-Gon and like ignore Ancient Saber for that round and play it afterwards if they mitigate my dice. Just for the hope of just smacking someone for 10 on round 1.
And I actually did that one round and I hit them for 10 round 1.
Yeah, that seems great.
And
that
that
can
was
win
just
games.
that
That's
was
because you got to
just
take the shields, Clint. You can't take your own battlefield, you see.
yeah, but it depends what's in your hand, doesn't it?
I'm just messing.
Yeah. Anyway, so Qui-Gon Jinn 2, Beerus, I think it feels good. It needs a little bit of tweaking. I think the mitigation package... See, if it all goes well for you, you've got all the money in the world because you're resolving those Qui-Gon resource sides for 2. If you're on Theed, like you're getting an extra $1 there. The deck can make money, but it doesn't make money every time.
Yeah.
And I think I have to smooth out that sort of resource curve a little bit.
Yeah, I think that'll just come with gentle tweaking with the deck. Like, it's the first time you're playing it, or the first few times.
Yeah.
You're going to notice if it's running a little bit too expensive, and then you just slightly lower the curve.
Yeah. Hold Off was a nice card. That's the one that if you're showing a shield, you can either remove a melee die or take a shield. That was pretty nice for 0 cost.
Yeah, that seems good unless it's a metaphor of vehicles.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. But there was an equal amount of melee decks there tonight as there were range decks.
Did you play Conflicted?
I did add it in, but I didn't get a chance to play it
okay.
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That card's spicy, eh?
Yeah, I'm yet to see whether I like that or not. But yeah, Jacob, what about you?
Well, I've been messing around with a few damage decks. I guess the obvious one was, like, that I built straight away was Thrawn Snoke, and that's just as good as I thought it was going to be. Then I decided to play around with some other characters because I was done exploring Thrawn's Neck. That's just too good. So I looked into Han. I think Han Solo is very good in a hero shell. So his dice I really love. I was trying him out with just Poe 2. So that was a typical like red, yellow, fast guns deck. It's nice getting the drop-ins as another, ambush, activate everything. And with impulsives or all-ins, you can really get some scary burst. So you can set up pretty well early. Like you can usually get a couple of dollars early from Han's special and also just resolving your resources and then do a big burst hit in round 2. That was a lot of fun. Obviously you're playing the cannon, the red cannon, one of the better cards in the set. And the drop-in is also very important for that. And the battlefield, Theed. So Theed is great, especially with the extra action that you get from having the neutral Han. Tonight I decided to mix things up and I brought out Kira and Unkar. And that was disgusting. It made as much money as I thought it was going to be. There were rounds where I had 10 plus resources. It's obviously a buyout win condition, but you get to play with Deja Vu, which is a card that I'm really, really excited about and I think could have some very strong interactions. So throughout the games, I was easily removing 4 dice at a time with the Deja Vu.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that's using easy pickings or entangle twice, thanks to Kira's ability to get the hero cards in. I was kind of like, I built it fairly quickly, so I wasn't sure what other good hero cards to put in. I messed around with Longcon, if I could Deja Vu to Longcon and get 6 resources. But the resources were just flowing. Yeah, they were flowing as it was, so I think they could be cuttable. It's also a little bit unreliable. But you've got your typical mill villain cards, so you've got loose ends. You've got lying in wait and buyout. And then you're just Unkar ability off Kira's dice whenever they don't roll those resources. So that was pretty good. I went 2-1 in the games and then won a couple of other casuals. I just didn't have enough to finish off the cycling ancients, which I guess that I wasn't really thinking it would do that well and I would need to tech in cards for that. But it was really fun. I'm excited about exploring Deja Vu some more. I'm not sure if it would go in some other decks. It obviously needs quite a bit of money to get good use, but I was very happy Deja Vuing off Doubts or Philps, like other zero cost. He doesn't like you. You don't need to be flush with cash to really get good value.
Wait, isn't Deja Vu just sick with DJ?
Yep. That's another deck that it would be amazing in.
Yeah, like you just get... Because even the zero cost stuff is fine, eh?
Yeah.
That turns like a 20 mitigation card deck into a 40 mitigation card deck.
I'd love to play that against you, Clint.
I would actually table flip.
Yeah, for sure. Real life too. Rah. Maybe you could play DJ Unkar then. Like it's 16 and 14, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Don't
man.
give him.
Oh my god. Alright, Jacob, we got work to do. Let's
I mean, you could even do single Kira if you wanted to. Or, I guess, double Kira and then single DJ, right? I think there's some busted things to be done with Deja Vu, though.
I really liked it. I had it in a draft. I was talking to you about it earlier, Jacob. I had it in a draft on Sunday after the Jawa Open. We did a draft. This set is really, really good to draft. Like, they've actually put some work in. And I felt like I could draft a strategy. Like, based on my picks, I had choices of what to pick. Before, I actually really disliked the draft format because it was just like take the best card in the pack and try and get the other color character so you can play 3. Like it was trash. Now it's like there's a strategy. There was at one point during the draft where I was nearly on mono red.
Wow.
And that's no joke. And I had enough cards and it was great. Like I had so I drafted Cody, then I got past Mauler Mythil, and then the next pack I opened Iden, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is pretty sick."
Oh, Iden's so good in draft as well.
Yeah.
And I opened, but the thing with Iden is like none of my other I had to be mono red because she doesn't pair up well with anything else being that 12 coster. So I ended up with Cody, Mola, Anakin, and then switched it over. Well, I even had another color character. I can't remember. Anyway, but the draft was great. I had Deja Vu and Aerial Advantage.
Aerial Advantage is so good.
It was really, really good. So Deja Vu, Aerial Advantage, and also that 3-cost card. I had Feed, and that new 3-cost card that's like play if you've had an extra. It's if you have 3, cost 3 if you've got a resource showing. Gain 4 or 5 if you have taken an extra action. Do you know that card?
I know that's the yellow one, isn't it?
So
I thought I would never play that, but you Feed.
But I had Feed in Anakin,
Yes.
so it's like Feed, take $1. So it's like roll out Tinker or something, find the resource side. Then it's like Feed. I did this. I was like Feed, take $1. Anakin, second action, use that. Deja Vu, use that. Then I played the 6-drop Falcon. It's in draft. It's bananas. Maybe that's why I think draft is good, because everyone passed me good stuff. I don't know.
I had a ridiculous draft deck as well, where I had Mauler. That's the wingman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had him, the black 2, and then also the armored support.
Oh my
so I could
God.
just guarantee to get it out round 1 every time.
Oh, wow.
Was that the one we played Nats weekend?
It was the one that you didn't make. Luckily for you.
Was I meant to play you? Was I?
Yeah, you were going to play me.
Okay, right.
Yeah, but
So-
I came up against Josh, who was playing a vehicle mod deck.
Also, Aerial Advantage. So, like, you can draft mods and stuff. Like, you can... I picked in pack 2, I picked a Skyhopper. I was like, I'm picking this Skyhopper, and next pack, I'm getting a mod. And then I got the Dorsal Turret in the next pack, the next round. It was great.
You're a genius.
Mate, you got to take the Skyhopper. But then you get, like, good stuff, too. You get, like, Aerial Advantage. So I got to Aerial Advantage Deja Vu some guy when I had, like, a red, a mod, and a vehicle out. It was the most savage thing in the world.
Yeah. So that card, I think, is just one of the most powerful cards as well, but it's very, very conditional. So I think, obviously, like a Rex shell is where that needs to go.
I think 2 modes. If you get 2 modes, you're doing really well. If
Yeah.
you get that third one, like the spotter red character, like it's just cream on the crop, right?
Yeah, so maybe you just play 4 mods, and then, you're not going too hard in on that, right?
Yeah.
Mods are really strong as well, right?
Oh, they're just
They are
really well costed.
They are very above the curve, like ridiculously above the curve.
All right, so we've talked about some new Cross the Galaxy cards, decks. Make sure you draft. I also like Thrawn Snoke a lot. I think it's very strong. I think that should be something you're testing against for if you have regionals coming up.
Man, I have to admit, I was pretty much the TIE Fighter black market this afternoon. I went and cleaned Good Games Epine out of TIE Fighters this afternoon.
Did you buy more than one, Clint?
I did, because everyone at Bondi wanted TIE Fighters. Everyone's like, "Who's got a TIE Fighter?" No one wanted to give me a Jin, but
I got you back,
everyone wanted.
But he
TIE
walked away with
Fighters.
$200 of TIE Fighters.
Yeah, wait.
Don't
did
tell
you-
Good Games Epping.
Yeah.
Made a tidy profit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was going out there anyway to buy a
Yeah.
Jin, and ended up buying a Lando that I now have to ship across to Blake.
Nice one. Also,
because Elmo didn't have any Jins. Yeah, like-
Lando is good. I'm sure he's going to be good. If not, he's going to be fun.
Yeah.
He's got to be fun at least, right?
I played a game against him, and it seems pretty fun.
I have serious, like, I went pretty hard on trading. Like, I bought some boxes, and I've traded a ton, and I bought some extra stuff, and I made sure I had, like, I've got the cannons, I've got the Vader's fists, I've got the Umbran tanks, and then I
cannons
was
are so
like,
good.
you know what, I'm just going to pick up Landos as well, like, just for a fun deck, I've got, like, and the stuff for, like, Thrawn Snoke, and these stupid Shadowcaster decks, and Qui-Gon decks. And then Lando. But I think Lando could actually be a good Shadowcaster deck if the nerfs happen.
Yeah. And then, you just play the other Falcon? Or the big Falcon?
Nah, that big Falcon is shit.
Is it? Even with the multiple reactivates of the escape craft?
Yeah, I guess. It's not that great, though. It just makes money, right? Like,
Yeah, so it funds... So, you play that and makes money, but then you hopefully just expand your board even more.
yeah. I think for 6 resources, like, why would you not just drop a Shadowcaster for 4? It's actually got better dice than the Falcon. Like, I don't know. I don't like the new Falcon. I think it's, like, good but I think it's should be 5 resources.
I guess unless you're playing armored support, that plot, then you'll need to have a few more yellow vehicles just to get value out of Lando.
Yeah, so you get like the N1 is really good.
Yeah, that's true.
Falcon 2, like since playing that on the weekend, I think that's really good for 4.
Yep.
I just think Falcon, like the latest Falcon for 6, having a pay side, like get out of here.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed when I first saw it.
Yeah, but I think it's probably got the pay side because it can tutor the escape craft. You can ready that new Falcon somehow, can't you?
BB-8. Oh, that's black one.
no,
No, the
I can't.
R2 Astromech.
Okay, all right. I don't know. I haven't really taken a close look at it.
Well, even strategic planning makes
Wait, who else
modded
readies the
vehicles
Falcon?
just
Is
nuts.
it the Leet or whatever? Oh no.
No,
Lando rolls the Falcon.
Yeah,
in.
when
I
Leet
think
goes on there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Leet does
yeah.
ready the Falcon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but like I would
there's
just I would just play Falcon. Even like Falcon 1 is probably better. No, anyway.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't even
Well,
remember what the Falcon one looks like.
I think with the Falcon, you hope to play it and then recoup your resources.
Yeah.
With like the 3 dice you get to resolve more or less.
Yeah.
And you can easily do that. And then, like, you've got your value right there.
Yeah.
If you do that round 1, and then you have it sitting out, and you can resolve those dice, 3 times every round, then you're getting good value.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I get you.
Like, it just generates more value. It's not impactful. That's where you're not seeing it. Like, it's not an impactful play.
Yeah. Well, it just doesn't
Unless you get good value from it,
just
from round 1.
kill them.
Yeah, it doesn't really.
And this format, I think this format's actually very aggressive. Like,
Yeah.
dudes are getting just wiped off the board. Maybe you just don't have time to mess about.
Yeah, Clint's doing 14 damage round 2 at instant speed.
Yeah, like that's bananas. Right?
And I didn't even have to roll that.
Yeah, thank goodness for you, mate.
Oh, man.
Barris is like made for you.
Barris? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we going to do when concentrate and alter?
Actually, I
rotate out.
I just want to tell everyone a story from Nats. So, I decided to take a mono blue deck to Nats because I had a really good matchup into
against your teammates.
Yeah.
Hey, look, my teammates are some of the best players in Australia. So if I can beat my teammates with that, it's not a
Yeah,
bad,
if you
bad
guys met in
deal.
the finals, then it was tilted in like Clint's favour.
Oh man, if that had happened.
Anyway, round one, Snoke, Kylo. I was like, great, I'm not winning this game. Round 2, I played into a Luke Yoda. Round 3, played into another Snoke, Kylo, and actually managed to win that game. Which I was like, hey, okay, maybe this isn't too bad. Round 4, go into a Dooku Talzin deck. I was like, actually, you know what? I've got the health pool here. I can actually aggro this deck down because I was on Plo, Padawan, Ezra 2. And I can just out-ramp him, get dice out on the board. Anyway, play a Shoto on Plo, roll him out, double blank, and a resource or something like that. Play a weapon on Padawan, roll Padawan out, another blank, and like a shield or something. Can you guess what the next card my opponent played?
Oh. I can feel your anger, Clint.
Yeah.
Oh, I was raging. So yeah,
Is that what that big yell was? I was wondering.
yeah, I think it got heard on stream.
Yeah.
You run
People
pretty
heard
bad,
you from
like-
your home country, New Zealand, mate.
Man, that was so.
You
now
do
can
run
understand-
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had a
Like
very,
worse than average, you know. Like I'm like, yeah, you know, maybe this guy, you know, he should just toughen up a little bit. But like rolling three plus blanks into a Feel Your Anger and playing
Round
against
1.
and playing against 3 Kylo decks, like that's running pretty bad.
It was. You know what? Overall, I actually had a good day.
Oh, it was a great tournament. It was a bunch of people at that
despite
tournament.
my matchups and my bad rolls, but I actually had a good day. It was fine. Anyway, let's finish this up. Regionals have been announced. We have regional prizes. It's all Darth Vader themed. Fear and Deadman. We have regionals, in 2 weeks, Jacob?
Yeah, that's correct.
What?
Yeah.
Pretty jealous.
Something like that. No, I think like 2 and a bit weeks on the 9th.
2 and a bit weeks.
Yeah,
It's like 2 weekends away.
Wow, that's sick.
Yeah,
What happens if there's no holocron?
We're all playing Qui-Gon Jinn 1 and Luke's Protection.
Right, okay.
Actually, no. I don't think I would. I think I'd still go with something fairly aggro and just try and disrupt and burst that sort of stuff down.
Yeah, fair. All right, what's your front runner, Jacob?
I think you know what it is.
Yeah, okay. Uncar.
What was it? It was Uncar DJ, right?
Uncar DJ, man. Let's get
Tell you what, that regionals could be pretty lit because we're in 2 weeks' time. The meta's going to be still up in the air.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pretty fast and loose meta.
Yeah.
Like regionals, like anything could win it.
Do you play Shadowcaster in Uncar decks? No. Okay.
I should be.
I just think
I was thinking, I was thinking today, like maybe I don't have to go mill. The amount of money that I was like earning, and then the amount of removal that I had.
Like,
if I just had some other
them,
damage,
right?
then
I guess you were
just
playing
kill.
buyout, but like you could just because Kira has good damage. Like she's got that 3. Like that's pretty big.
There were so many times I was just rolling out 5 damage from her, and I was like,
and it's
I could kill half of their character. Yeah.
Yeah. And just like I just think right now in the format, like you should probably play Shadowcaster or Vader's Fist.
No one had Vader's Fist tonight, did they? Or maybe I just
I
didn't
don't know.
play
I think they were holding back.
I think you should just play like something like that, and it's probably Shadowcaster. Anyway, I don't want to like set the tone, like let people work stuff out themselves. But from what I found so far, I want to be playing one of those cards because they're both really strong. And I don't even think you have to make like the stupid Shadowcaster turn 1 decks. You can just play Shadowcaster and a couple of mods and a vehicle deck.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Shadowcaster and I was like, this is definitely the worst legendary of the set.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people thought that initially.
I was like, this is the Grievous wheel bike of
it's actually good.
across the galaxy, but it's actually really good.
Do you know, I thought this set was a bit of a trap. I was a bit upset after like my second box. I was like, man, this set's it's a trap. Like unless you open Vader, feels like you don't get a lot of value. But like even how you're explaining Falcon before, Jacob, like it's really deep. And you just got to get right in there and start working out stuff. I do think some of the legendaries are like Voss. Oh my god, there's no way like we just haven't uncovered how good he is, right? He's just not good.
No, Voss will just be bad.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I was playing against I was playing against a Voss deck that Dom was piloting, and it could go off, man. It was terrifying. Like it's always a roll of the dice though. But he did have maybe 20 good hits, because you also play stuff like Delve and other ways to just cheat out the big things.
Yeah.
I think he was going a little bit like he was too committed to getting the specials, so it was just rolling into Oblivion to get the specials, and then I would like easy pickings them.
Just
and he would table flip. But once he actually got one of them off, and then he got 2 huge things out all of a sudden, it seemed a bit scary, but it's just too inconsistent.
Yeah, okay. All right. So the
It's
rares
a
are
fun
good
deck.
though. The rares are really good in this set, right? Like there's so many rares that I wanted to pick up. Like good rare characters that are actually going to see play. Good rare upgrades. Supports like TIE Fighters, X-Wings are probably fine. That Treasured Saber's real good. Maul Mythil's good. Biggs is good.
So good.
Leia Bush is like popular enough. Like all the rares are good, and it's like some of the legendaries are pretty average. And then if you want to play Vader, then this set's really expensive for you. I'm like just not playing Vader so I can trade it for cards.
Did Jordan play Vader tonight?
Yeah, he went 3-0 tonight.
He went 3-0, didn't he? Yeah. With Greedo.
It's pretty strong. All right, so moving on. Regionals. Play Shadowcaster.
Don't play Shadowcaster. Don't play Qui-Gon.
Like, don't play Shadowcaster combo, but I think it's still really good by itself.
Yeah.
With some mods, but like in a normal vehicle deck, and you could just potentially, just play a normal deck and then just like, I drew this mod and this strategic planning or whatever on turn 2 and still kill them.
Yeah.
To be honest, we're going to get a holocron tomorrow anyway, probably all this conversation's null and void.
All right, let's stop there then. Is there anything we haven't covered? We covered it all?
No. To be honest, I think once we have regionals, like it's holiday period, and there's not going to be much Destiny played. And then we'll have a new set March.
That's everything changes, right? With the new set, is rotation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be huge.
Yeah. So, for anyone that is listening, the game is insane right now. Like, again, it is going to be... Once they fix this couple of things, which, you have to expect to happen, it's going to be very, very interactive. Deck building, being a good deck builder is going to pay off because there's a lot of, synergies. Drafting is insanely fun now. Like, it's actually good. You can draft decks instead of just picking, 30 of the best cards, if you could even find 30 good cards.
So just as a final point, so FFG have got this rules forum thing that they can just update with rules amendments until they actually get pushed through the RRG. Do they not have internet in Minnesota or something like that? Because I feel like that all they have to do is log in to a website and go, hey, everyone stop being dumbasses. This is the way it actually works. Problem solved. It's the same deal with Ataru Strike. All they had to do was write one sentence and say, this interaction works.
Have they even fixed that yet? Have they even written
it?
No. Oh, they haven't?
No.
Maybe there's even more busted stuff that we just haven't even found yet. So they're like, wait till you see the other stuff, They're like, you won't even care about that. Wait till you find out how good Falcon is at value. You're like,
I get FFG, they're constantly criticised for being understaffed and organised play can't get their act together to get stuff out. But surely taking 5 minutes out of a day to fix a problem that has been the topic of conversation for hours and hours and hours. Surely that's not a hard thing to do.
So earlier on, you said, no, I'm not even worried about Qui-Gon. I think we can just heat it out. Maybe FFG think that. Maybe they're like, no, just learn. Just play the format and maybe you can actually just heat it out. I don't think you can because, like I said, I think it's a solid deck anyway. Same as the Shadowcaster decks. You can actually hate them. I've beaten it. It's just a complete NPE because of how many actions it takes. The Shadowcaster deck is ridiculous because it's it takes 25 actions and there's a small chance they can fizzle. The Qui-Gon deck, at least once they set up and they're doing it, you're like, all right, you can scoop because you know that they're going to kill you. But if you think you can hate it out, maybe FFG think the same. Maybe they're like, everyone just relax and start playing games. Maybe that's what we should be doing instead of complaining is just start playing.
But does it not push the meta in a certain direction, though?
It definitely will, but that happens with every meta anyway. The problem is the limbo. I don't know what I should be testing because I don't know what's coming out tomorrow. Even if they're not fixing it, FFG should just be like, everyone, it's all good, start testing. If there's a big problem, we'll fix it. Just play on, fair bump, play on.
All right, final topic. Quickly, what do you think of the regionals prizes?
Hot.
Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah.
Hot.
So good.
Yeah.
I think everything up until the top 4.
Wait, is the top 4 that sick Towson? The top 4?
No, that's top 16.
The Towson flip card?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can scrub at that. That's all I want. Is the
And then top 8 is the map. And then if you top 2, you get an awesome binder that no one will ever use.
Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, those binders are good, man. I got one from Worlds this year. I have all my promos in it.
But yeah, I'd be happy to get top 16, get that promo, and
whatever.
That
promo's real sick.
I think that the Plo Koon. I'm going to bring Plo Koon back again because that worked out so well for me last time.
Isn't it spot gloss? Or is it not?
Yeah, it's plastic spot gloss,
and it's top 16.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Far out. That is so good.
Yeah, well, that's a step in the right direction.
That is what they should be doing.
And they're not giving away any little tokens.
Top 4 is Darth Vader helmets.
Yeah, they're actually cool, but they're still tokens.
Yeah.
That's really sick. Also, everyone tell FFG that maybe we should get spoilers next year, considering we are the only Australian people putting effort in. And
we don't have a Patreon.
We don't have a Patreon. We do it for free, and we have some credentials. Give us some spoilers. Everyone, post on our page. We deserve spoilers.
All right. Any final words before
Nope.
we
I'm good.
see this bad boy out?
I'm good. Same time tomorrow
Yeah.
to talk about the Holocron.
Sure.
Cool.
Yep. Emergency
All right.
podcast tomorrow at 5 a.m.
See ya.
All right.
See
See you
ya.
guys.
Peace out.